So when I'm here, good things are happening in my life. I've gotten on top, gotten into full guard. Fortunately, Julian doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu most days, so we get here and he tries to armbar me, right? I don't appreciate that, so I'm gonna have to work on countering. First thing I have to do is un-isolate my arm. So what I generally like to do here is just grab my tricep here. Gets my arm bent, gets it a little bit out of trouble. Step two, I'm gonna stack all my weight right over Julian's knees here. My backside leg is going to kickstand him up. My inside hand is going to scoop his head and pull him in, stack all my weight over Julian. How good does this feel? Not great, right? Really compressed, crunched down. No one likes this. Once we're here, slow, steady motions at my elbow. One of the big mistakes I saw us making Tuesday was this. I'm here with Julian. I get here and we're like trying to start a lawnmower to get this out. When I'm in here, it's little motions to get my elbow out. Once your elbow is past his butt, basically, you're out. It's just at that point passive. But I cannot relieve pressure off his knees here. I have to keep this pressure on till this hand's out. Second the hand's out, it comes to the thigh or the knee, pushes down, and I pass, coming to side and escaping the other knee. So I'm here. So we're here, Julian tries to armbar me, I don't appreciate that. Boom, I grab my tricep, stack him up, scoop his head, kickstand underneath. All my weight's on top of him here. Once I get to here, little motions get my elbow out, push the knee swap down, do the side. Questions on this? It is simple but not easy.
The hand that's gripping on the back of his head, you're slowly releasing, or how fast are you taking it?
The second my arm is out, I have to transition. Because if I'm here, Julian's done jiu-jitsu for in 10 minutes, unfortunately. So I'm here. The second I get to here, he realized he's lost the arm. So the initial reactions are going to be a tactical triangle, a tactical reverse armbar. So the second, we're here, slow, steady, doing our thing. The second I disconnect my arm from his arms, so we're here, speed's on. Boom. That's when you have to move. Get that hand out of there, get those legs off your neck, move. That's when you have to move to that point. Up until that point, I have him stacked, and as long as you don't feel like your arm's in danger, hang out. You can stack and keep him there. So you're getting unstacked. Yes, knee swapping through.
So that's one of our drills for the guys that have been doing the drill, the underleg drill.
It's almost like the things Corey teaches are practical and useful. It might be like he has some method to his madness as well. It's crazy how this shit works. We didn't get black belts on accident, I promise. Other questions on this? It's a simple technique, guys. Was any part of that magic or where you're like, oh my god, that was a super complex step? It's simple but not easy on this one. Part of it is recognize the arm bar is coming. He's pulling your arm across his body. He's swiveling his hips out from underneath you. All those things. The recognition part's important. Then applying the basics, the stacking out. Like we talked about Tuesday was reverse engineering. He's trying to extend my arm and isolate it. Reinforce my arm, get it away from him. Alright, questions? Fill her out. But, unfortunately, he's chosen to attack me. Like a jerk, he's like, hey, I know I tried to armbar you, but now I'm going to try to triangle you. So he's here, he shoots up for that triangle. I don't like this. So let's assume we're somewhat intelligent and we caught this before it's already in. That's a hard assumption for some of us, but let's assume we're intelligent. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to square his hips with mine, slide my knees under his butt here. A couple things that's going to do. One, disengage his hips. Makes it a lot harder for him to move and be able to choke me. Next thing I'm going to do, look up. Not looking behind me. I'm looking kind of where the ceiling meets the wall here. You want to be looking there so that way he's not pulling your head down and choking you. So we're here. I'm in. My outside hand's gonna come to the knee, and my inside hand's gonna come in. I'm gonna posture up and pull down on the top of that knee. So I'm here, he's trying to pull me down and do all this choking stuff. I don't appreciate that. I'm here. Boom. The second I feel his legs unlock here, I move the leg to the outside. Pass, take side control. Questions on this one?
Are you kind of like moving it down on the kneecap?
Yeah, I'm stacking him on my knees here. Because what it does is when I'm here, and I have Julian on my knees, how much power can you really generate? I'm in his way. He also can't go to cut his angle here. He goes to cut his angle, I have him stacked up and held. That's what's then going to allow me to come up here, boom. That, and I always describe it as say it with your chest. Old Superman movies, right? He's wearing the collared shirt, rips it open, tossed up. That's what I'm looking for. Boom, I posture up, it unlocks, boom, pass. Get into that side.
So when your hand placement goes on his stomach to make it a little uncomfortable.
I'm keeping my hands just kind of in the hips there, keeping them from moving until I'm ready to escape. Think about it this way, there's two parts of this. Defense, then escape. Defense is I'm still in the problem, it's just not killing me yet. Escaping is getting away from the problem. So in that initial set, I'm just defending. Stacking him on my knees, killing his angle, stopping him from finishing the triangle. But I can't just hang out there. He's eventually going to do some things to counter what I'm doing and attack and finish. So what I have to then do is escape, and that's when my hands come to the knee posture. Other questions?
Once you break that leg, I know the rule is one hand, two hands out, so
Passing it so both hands are out.
do you keep that hand there and pass it, or do you first escape and then work on the
As soon as that's off, I'm ripping it to the side. I'm not trying to escape my hands first because if all goes well, you should be out from in between his legs at that point. Even if everything goes really poorly, fight your other hand back in and you're back at full. So if things go really poorly for me, let's say Julian's really attacking this and I don't like what's happening. I start to get here and he pulls me back in and I'm here. I can at least try to sneak that hand back in and go there. Or if I miss and he starts pulling me back in, then it's stack pass and finish. We'll worry about first getting that off as quickly as you can. The second you feel those legs unlock, speed's on. You gotta go. Defending submissions is equal parts technique and effort. You can't just lazily be like, oh yeah, hey, I'm defending this. You gotta know what you're doing and put some real, that little bit of oomph, a little fuck you in it to get out of a submission. Make sense? Other questions?
You know you're going to get hit with the triangle. You see it coming maybe like a second or half second before you have to react right away. If you let him get set too deep, then you're going to be screwed. So you have to react.
Yeah, triangle isn't something you can work your way out of quickly, so you have to address it as soon as possible. My most recent, what I would consider embarrassing submission loss was to Chad Hardy in round one. That's because Chad came out and was like, hey Dustin, I'm going to choke the shit out of you in a triangle from the second we touch hands. And I thought, oh, there's no way that's actually going to happen. He pulled guard within 2 seconds of us touching and had me in a triangle in under 10 seconds. I then was defending a triangle for the next 6 of 10 minutes before he ended up getting it finally. But I was in a triangle for the next 6 minutes. Oh God, it was terrible.
That was just like 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're both at a loss because Chad has legs as long as my entire body. He's 6'4", I think, 6'2", 6'4", and it's all leg. He doesn't have a torso. It'd be like if you attached Devin's torso to 6'4"'s legs. It doesn't make sense. I love the dude's hat. And I was in a triangle from that point forward in the match. It couldn't have been 5 to 10 seconds in. We were in a triangle, and it wasn't like, oh, I threw up a weak-ass triangle. I was in trouble from 6 seconds on in that match. So you have to address the triangle early and aggressively, because if not, the transitions in and out of triangle are very easy to hit. That's why we work a couple different escapes out of it. Other questions on this? Filler out. 1 days. So I'm here, he goes to triangle, right? But let's say he really doesn't suck and he actually starts to cinch this up. Bad things are starting to happen, right? First thing I'm going to do is address this arm. I'm going to tuck it here and start grabbing either my hands or the inside of my thigh. Here. Because I'm just trying to buy myself time at this point. Because even here, talking through this, it's a little bit in. I don't like this. All we're going to do at this point, a little bit different from what we did Thursday, I'm going to post this hand on the mat. I'm going to pull this hip in, and my same side knee is going to come to the chest. Here. The second I'm here, I'm going to look up, pull his hip, posture up. Now, for those of you who are intelligent, realize I'm directly in an omoplata right now. That's why the knee on the chest is important. Because that then allows me to come out, switch to knee on belly, go knee on neck, whatever feels appropriate at that point. But at that point, I'm using that knee to drive my head and my chest up and escape that tighter triangle, where you don't have time to pull on the knee because it's already here. So I'm here. I don't like what's happening. You can buy yourself a little bit of time by grabbing the hip, but I'm here. I'm going to post up, cut my knee onto his chest. Now, the second I come up here, all my weight stays on his chest until my arm's out. I'm here, all my weight is here, going all the way out, and this hand escapes. The second this hand escapes, boom, I can transition back to knee on belly. You can stay reverse knee on belly here. For you dirty leg lockers, obvious path into the knee bars here. But the main point of this is get your arm trapped, drive that same side knee to his chest. Realize we're doing same side knee because if you drive the opposite knee, all you did is cut his angle for him. Which is dumb. Don't help people cut their angles. Don't be like Julian, be dumb.
What was the other hand doing? Not the one that was trapping.
It's cupping the hip or posting, depending on what you need it to be doing.
Okay.
If you're not perfectly balanced, so like if I'm here, and I've got this hand trapped, I can cup the hip and keep that a little bit more pressure off of this side of my neck. But if I need it to post to then drop that knee,
Okay.
it can also be done.
When your knee is on his chest, is your hand still on his thigh?
Yeah, I'm still keeping my hand tucked, grabbing something. Because if I'm here, Julian doesn't suck, right? We always have to do jiu-jitsu under the assumption that your opponent doesn't suck. So when I'm here, and I pop up, if I just kind of leave this hand dangly, he can start doing other things, attacking that omoplata, more trap, things of that nature. So I'm still keeping it protected, grabbing something. Until I'm ready to escape it. A little bit more of a dynamic escape, a little more power, but I like it. Yes.
Are you keeping contact between your knee and hip and your arm as much as possible, or does that matter?
Not as important. The more thing I'm worried about is my pressure being through my knee. This should suck for Julian's position. The second I get myself enough room to breathe, so I tuck that arm, trap the hips, give myself enough room to breathe. The second I transition to knee on chest, it should suck until I've decided it's done sucking. Your weight should be over that knee, your hips and weight are low. All of it's driving through his solar plexus and through his sternum. Let go of shit or I'm going to hurt you for it, is the type of pressure you should. Remember, they signed a waiver, they signed up to become your enemy, drop your weight through.
Does that reverse knee on belly score anything, or does it have
Yes,
to
it
be
will score. You have to have your knee across the center line, your other foot up. It's still knee on belly. It's still like when people go belly down flat, that still scores as mount. Yeah. Like that'll still score as a pass in most tournaments and knee on belly. So you'll go 3 and 2. For Fuji, 3 for pass, 2 for knee. Scores 3 2.
Yeah.
I think I'm right there.
With the other hand, you said you were posting with every word.
Yeah, if you're balanced enough that you can pinch the hip, pull the thigh, tap the knee, give yourself some breathing room there. That's never a bad thing. Not everyone can touch frickin' flexibility and can do things like this.
In terms of tucking the arm, a lot of the time it's a really good triangle. They get the arm there before they even think of anything.
Yes.
What would be the best way to kind of fight that effect?
So,
especially in when they break the ribs.
So like I'm here, and we've done fucked up way seriously, right? So this arm's all the way here.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do is square my hips here. Then I'm gonna start trying to tuck this hip elbow in. Even if I can't get fully to the, please take an omoplata instead of choking me here position. Even just here is gonna give you the room you need to pop.
And the way he's holding it's going to keep him from circling his hips the way he needs to finish the triangle. The way he's blocking his hips there, that pressure is going to keep Julian from being able to circle the way he needs to finish anyways.
That's why we're cutting and looking this way, because he's reverse engineering. He's trying to cut the opposite angle on me. So if I can cut away from his angle, it loosens his triangle. So even just coming kind of the tickle me position, where your hands are both on the bottoms of the ribs. It's the easiest way to describe it. Am I wrong? There. Am I wrong? It's not the worst name we have for moves. But once I get there, I can block his hip motion and then drive that. And remember, tickling is against 0 rules that I'm aware of currently in Jiu-Jitsu.
Are you serious? That's not cheating?
I've never seen that's not cheating. You never bring it out.
It's called mental warfare.
Tickling's bad, butt drags are okay. Come on.
Alright? Julian doesn't suck at Jiu-Jitsu and gets over here quickly, or I start hitting him. And let's say he thinks omoplatas are actually submission, so he goes for one, right? Boom. I don't like this, right? First thing I'm going to do is post my hand in the mat, start getting my head up, and I'm going to grab the inside of my thigh to help defend that arm. So I'm here, posturing up, grabbing the inside of that thigh. If I need to, I can post this outside foot up. But once we're here, all I'm going to do, grab the foot, pass it behind my head, and I'm going to baseball slide through. Here. As soon as we baseball slide through, overstep around, escape the hand. So we're here. You'll flat with me, I don't appreciate it. Boom. I get here, get my weight over my arm and into this knee. Here, I can pass the foot behind my head, baseball slide through, up and around. That is the basic white belt version. Questions on that?
Yeah. What if, if they're still moving and trying to drag you to get your balance off, and you try to baseball slide through, could they keep that while you're sliding? Do you just have to try it again? Or?
Yeah, it's not like a easy button. You just hit it and it works perfectly.
It's like all of jiu-jitsu. You do something, they do
Remember,
something.
jiu-jitsu. The basic concept of jiu-jitsu is I do something to Gavin, and then it's counter to the counter till one of us dies. It's jiu-jitsu 101. God, I love it.
So, let's say he does it right, he keeps his legs straight.
If he keeps his legs straight here, let's say he starts, no, stop, take your forward straight here, hammer down. Boom, he's there, and I can still post up, even if I can't get that leg behind my, still baseball slide. That's still the basics of it. The reason I show grabbing that foot is for the next piece. But questions on the white belt version. Alright, so I'm here with Julian. He tries to omoplata me, I don't appreciate it. Boom, I get here, right? He figure fours, makes a mistake. I'm gonna grab this foot. I'm gonna sit out to my butt, but I'm not gonna slide all the way through. All I'm gonna do at this point, put my pinky toe at the end, my pinky finger at the end of his pinky toe. Grab his foot, the kind of outside piece of his foot here. I'm gonna curl that into his butt as I try to slide through. Modified outside toe. It's really painful. I can make him say nice things about me.
It's over something nice, Julian.
And if it doesn't work, I just baseball slide. And sometimes just grabbing that foot, not even going for it, just little, throttle that a little bit. Let them know, hey, I could break your foot here. Makes people let go of it pretty quick. So, protect the arm, posture, head up, baseball slide through, blue belts and up. Had a little foot lock option in there. Questions on that? 1, 2, 3.